efforts. There were 6,200 citations. There were hundreds of stolen vehicles that were recovered and guns, illegal guns. Over 700 pounds of fentanyl was seized. For taking the time to be here, and you'll hear from the folks to my left and the right in a moment, and I'm grateful for their presence and their hard work over the course of a number of years. We're here to talk about some of the efforts that have been underway since 2019 that were accelerated in early 2023 and continue throughout the state of California as it relates to crime suppression and partnerships that have been supported by local law enforcement in coordination, in collaboration with the California Highway Patrol, the Department of Justice, and of course, members of the Cal Guard. As you may recall, in 2023, early 2023, we were so about efforts that she wanted to push to jointly connect some of the law enforcement activities with the district attorney in San Francisco, our state Department of Justice, and the California Highway Patrol. We announced that operation that included Cal Guard, included JAGs, to help with prosecution in partnership with the city and county of San Francisco. You may recall the early success of those efforts. There were 6,200 citations. There were hundreds of stolen vehicles that were recovered and guns, illegal guns. Over 700 pounds of fentanyl was seized because of that operation. So successful was the operation in 2023 that we started receiving phone calls from other mayors throughout the state of California. At the time, Oakland was a hotspot, and Oakland, not only the mayor, but members of the County Board of Supervisors in Alameda, members of the City Council, including clergy. We had a meeting here at the governor's office, and perhaps the most vocal advocates for partnership with the California Highway Patrol were members of clergy. We initiated that operation, which continues to this day with tremendous success. I underscore that success to highlight the fact that there has been over 4,000 vehicles in Oakland alone, stolen vehicles that have been recovered under this operation. Illegal guns, DUIs, that operation continues again to this day quite successfully, embraced by the new mayor, currently members of the city council, including, again, those that help sponsor this effort at the county level. We've expanded those operations in San Bernardino. We expanded those operations in Bakersfield. And we've received additional requests in other parts of the state. And that's what we wanted to highlight here today, that we're going to be expanding this operation, building on the success that is now included over 9,000 arrests statewide, a effort that will now take shape on border division down in San Diego. We're going to advance this effort down in LA to other parts of the Central Valley, not just limited to Bakersfield, in partnership with Mayor Go there in San Bernardino. And we're going to expand this operation in a collaborative that continues to include the cities and counties, our partners in the sheriff's office and local law enforcement agencies. We continue as well to work with the federal partners. I'll remind you, in San Francisco, working with the Biden administration, that we initiated as we launched the CHP operation, federal partnerships, an incredibly important and impactful partnership with the DEA, with the FBI, and with the Department of Justice. Operation Overdrive also advanced a lot of the efforts that have substantially improved quality of life and conditions in San Francisco. We continued to seek collaborative partnerships along the lines which we enjoyed in the Biden administration, and we continue to seek collaborative partnerships with local law enforcement agencies and local elected officials throughout the state of California. These operations will be targeted, they'll be data-driven, they'll be focused on the basis of intelligence gathering that's coming from different law enforcement agencies on the basis of these existing task forces and existing relationships. And these will be unannounced efforts. Teams, minimum teams of 15. They'll include K-9 teams. They'll include lieutenant sergeants and 10-plus officers. Will surge up. And the commissioner can talk a little bit more about how he sees these teams operating. They'll be mobile. They'll work on a regional basis, and as I noted, they'll be expanded. They'll be pulled out of 6 divisions, at least sort of organized around 6 divisions throughout the state of California. But the big announcement here today is building on the success of this proven program. We're now expanding it to 3 additional areas in the state, notably LA, San Diego, and other parts of the Central Valley. I would highlight, and I think this is important to highlight, and I know the issue of reduction in crime is an important issue, but I want to make this crystal clear. It's never good enough. Good enough never is. Success is not a place or a definition. Success is a direction. There is no having made it as it relates to the issue of crime suppression. That's why in California we continue to build on not just these partnerships, but over $1.7 billion of resources that we have provided under our public safety plan in this state since 2019. I will highlight specifically those partnerships that were significantly advanced, the $267 million in particular that was forwarded for prosecution, vertical prosecution grants for sheriffs, district attorneys, and law enforcement agencies throughout the state of California. 55 LEAs received, local law enforcement agencies, those grants. And that was specifically targeting retail theft, organized retail theft. You may have seen highlighted the outstanding job in partnership with 5 counties, led by Ventura County, other counties in Southern California, the work they just did and announced as it relates to the indictments, 43 counts and criminal charges in those 5 counties related to Home Depot operation that came from the support of those grants, and that was advanced because of a package of legislative reforms that I had the privilege of signing as it relates to organized retail theft that we signed last year and charged under one of those 11 or 12 specific pieces of legislation. Again, we continue to stack more support, and we continue to recognize we need to continue to do more to support our efforts. Of course, we have seen some progress. These numbers bear that out, but these numbers mean little to people. These are aggregate numbers. But we don't live in the aggregate. Everybody lives in a different community with different conditions, different challenges, and we are mindful that we have a lot more work to do. And that's precisely why we are announcing this today. I would rather be remiss if I did not comment on some of the activities as it relates to the National Guard at the federal level before I turn it over to the Commissioner and the Secretary. I am mindful, and I hope you are mindful, that any hour, any day, Justice Breyer will come out with a decision on posse comitatus. It will be the first district federal court judge in the country to adjudicate the facts on the basis of depositions that we had and hearings that we had a few weeks ago in federal court. Where we deposed members of the Trump administration, Border Patrol, and the military as it relates to their operations in the state of California. I think its consequences will be profound and far-reaching. We're waiting to see that decision, and we're waiting to reflect on the impact of that decision, not just here in the state of California, but the prospects, I imagine, if we're successful in our efforts in highlighting our concerns around posse comitatus, that it will find its way into the appellate court, and the impacts, of course, that could be felt as it relates to the determination of that court on the broader western part of the United States. So our mind is fixed on an issue that remains a top priority and focus for all of us. We're not naive about the challenges that continue to plague our communities throughout the state of California. And we've, every Tuesday, provided you the information. And I'll close on this. Many of you reported on it. Some I would encourage to take a look. But every Tuesday, we highlight our what we refer to, forgive the vernacular, Takedown Tuesdays. and we highlight the progress of these existing efforts. We'll continue to do so in a transparent and forthright way, as we have over the course of the last few years. But we'll do it on the basis of these renewed efforts and these significantly expanded operations throughout the state of California.